wake up, it's a brand new day. Crank radios live 101.5 on the play. Worldwide vibes from the street to the block. Coffee with Flyy and my girl Ciroc. Monday through Friday, we keep it turned up. Sipping that brew while we run these cuts. Last news and the hottest tracks in town. Crank radio, yeah, we hold that crown. Get your morning right, get your morning lit. Flyy and Ciroc got the world rocking with. Get your morning right, get your morning lit. Flyy and Ciroc got the world rocking with.
Started.
Let's get it.
All right. 101.5 FM with JX in the building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's go. All right, JX, thanks for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? What inspired you to do this music thing?
So I'm from Westchester, New York, by way of Brooklyn. So I guess I spent the last 15 years back and forth. I've been doing music. I've honestly been doing shows since I was 10, like doing talent shows, all of that stuff. I want to say probably like 15 years ago when I dropped my first mixtape, about 14 years ago, 2011. My life as an MC, and I'm born in Mount Vernon. Y'all know Money Earning. That's home of Denzel. Who else? A couple people come from Mount Vernon. Well, Diddy was there. He's from Harlem. He was out there. I mean, Heavy D. So that's my hometown. I just moved back out here from Brooklyn, matter of fact, and then right when I dropped this last project, this was probably like my newest project since I've been back out here. The what is it? Hefe de Dawn.
Okay.
Now I got no tears from a king out with the dope in my veins single.
Right, that's what I was about to say. So
Yeah.
what inspired you to do that dope in my vein? Where'd that come from? That's a hard record.
I mean, a lot of people know me from hustling, before I really started pursuing the music, just being outside. But dope in my veins, it don't really mean like the concept. It's not like it don't mean like just like a fiend concept. What it means is like I'm just different. You know what I mean?
Right.
I got the dope lyrics in my veins. It's kind of what it's. You know what I mean?
That's what I got from it.
Yeah, I do like a lot of controversial type of stuff like that you really got to pay attention to really like. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I came up with the concept for dope in my veins.
Definitely.
How do you stay different? They say like New York is really saturated with a lot of good rappers, and how do you just stay above the crowd and stay separated?
I mean, I'm different. Honestly, I'm I don't honestly, to be honest with you, I just want to think it's just because for me, I'm still like outside. Like I'm not one of those people that you know what I mean. Came up and then what I mean, forgot where you come from. Like for me, I'm still very grounded, still very humble. So you know what I mean.
Right.
This is my little 3-year-old. Say hi, Papa.
Hi, Papa.
Say how we doing?
Hi.
Okay.
You got to show your chicken. See, so now I'm different. I'm you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, ain't no wrong with that, bro.
Yeah.
I know when you see you jump out the big truck and everything, and you pull up, but you family man sometimes too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people hear your single, know what you got going on right now, but they want to know, okay, like what's next? What's popping? Where
We
we
got
see
mad
you at?
shows coming up the tour. I know we popping out with y'all next month in Philly, the
Definitely.
22nd, right?
Cha-ching.
Yeah, the 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah, the 6th, 7th, and 8th of next month, we're doing like a tri-state. So we're gonna be Connecticut, New York, Jersey.
Okay.
And then I know sometime the end of next month we're supposed to be in Miami and Atlanta. So we got a lot of shows that we
You
just trying to
moving.
market the new project. You know what I mean?
Definitely see you moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hear a lot of good things about
I appreciate y'all for real, for real.
you. Yeah. So where do you see rap at right now? How do you see rap right now? I know we're going through a little phase now, the little youngins taking over, and it's like it's a little different, and the music is not so, it don't stick to you like it used to. You know what I mean? Like back when we was making music, you can still play that same music now, but now these little youngins, they make the music. Yeah, after hear it a couple times, it's like okay, that's it.
Yeah, honestly, well, this day and age, it's really like it's like you said, music it's got to the point where it's just like it's oversaturated with a lot of the YNs what they doing, but at the same time, you really can't fault them because at any time you try anything new, it's a new window to you know what I mean, a new platform, a new um a way of creating art. So I don't really try to judge them and knock them down because right now with the social media, the TikToks and the new platforms they got, they running it up. You feel me? But I feel like at the end of the day, you still got to just be able to pick and choose who's for you. If you really do your due diligence and do your research, you could find an artist, a new artist that you might kind of take a liking to. But
Mm-hmm.
it's really hard because it's they radio ain't really just playing. You know what I mean? Everything they really playing one
Yeah,
type, but
yeah, yeah,
that's my take on it, honestly.
yeah. Well, all right. Let me ask you a question. So,
Mhm.
you're a musician, and I know you work and everything. How do you start your day? Do you start with a cup of coffee? Do you start? What starts your
Prayer. Thank God for another day. You know what I mean? Gotta
day?
thank God for another day. That's automatic. Gotta thank God for another day. Stretch. Usually work out. Shower and stuff from there. Might have a morning spliff, some tea, coffee, and then jump into emails and take it from there. You know what I mean? That's a typical Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, tell me what's been your struggles with music?
The struggles with music is I guess trying to reach certain heights, a certain certain plateaus, if you want to say. Like everybody want to, I guess, well, not everybody, but most people want to get Grammys, and most people want to be at all the award shows and have all the accolades and all the cars and all the money and stuff like that. But for me, I would say the biggest challenge is just being able to tap into just a larger fan base or audience. Even though I feel like I'm doing it now, like I have a lot of international fans and people reaching out, but I feel like I just want to do like a world stadium tour or something. I don't know, you know what I mean? My biggest challenge is really like just um I guess just being more out there to people, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. More visible.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yes, I
So that's what the
understand.
next level look like for you, just being more visible and getting out there on the world stage.
Yeah, but not more visible in like the way in sense of like it's like, all right, I just want the attention. Like I'm gonna be on social media acting crazy, nothing like that. Just really like getting more attention for like the music, getting the music more heard. You know what I mean? Getting the
Mm-hmm.
music out there, spreading the word more. That's more what I want. The fame behind that, I'm cool. I just really want people more so to hear the music.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just say you was, in the studio, you had an opportunity to get a feature with anybody. Who you see on a track with yourself right now? Like who would be a dope feature and
Man, I
who is the
always say Fab because
vibe?
everybody always like, yo, you kind of remind me of like a Fab or Jada or something. I always say Fab and probably Kiss. Yeah, probably Fab and Kiss.
Mm.
Yeah.
I can see
Is
you.
it the flow or like is it that fly shit, the way you dress? Like what is it about Fab that makes it
Fab
compatible?
Fab, I don't know, cause Fab is a cool dude. The way he dressed, like you said earlier, like Fly was saying, like my music, my persona in the music might not come across if you see me in person unless you really know me. So like, you know what I mean. And I kind of feel like that's how Fab is. He got gangster songs and stuff, but you see him, he fly always looking dope and stuff like that, dope outfits. So I don't know. I think it's just a New York thing, New York kind of Brooklyn thing. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mhm.
In your area where you live in, how is the music scene?
So I'm like I said, I'm out here in Westchester. So you got the Locks is out here. You got Kiss. You got Styles and Chic out here. You got a lot of upcoming artists out here. I could shout out a couple of them. I just see my homie B2B the other day. You got a lot of up and coming artists. I'm trying to think who else, some names and stuff like that. Not a baby. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm tapped in, I'm tuned in, so I'm
Right.
always like listening. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Always listening and trying to see who got a good sound and stuff like that. But you got a couple artists out here. I'm not going front.
Yeah. So I see a heavy up there. There's a lot of artists up there moving around.
Yeah, yeah. Westchester, we right by the Bronx too. So right there, you got a plethora of artists and stuff like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? Popping off right now with the drill rap too, specifically.
A lot of people. I mean, everybody got mixed opinion about drill rap. What's
Hmm.
your take on it?
I mean, to be real with you, my take on drill rap is this. My take is like, sorry for the lights, y'all. My take on drill rap is like, just because you listening to something doesn't mean you have to reenact it. Like, I grew up listening to Biggie and Tupac and stuff, but I ain't do everything they said in their lyrics. You know what I mean? I think at some point you got to realize music is just music. It ain't something you got to take in a literal sense, and you know what I mean.
Right.
So, and I think it all also comes down to like your upbringing and stuff like that. Like, that's something that you're supposed to automatically know and learn in the household, how to differentiate listening to music and then reenacting what you're hearing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because a lot of what music is, right? They reenact what they hear. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of feed them, and whatever you feed them, they kind of, they out in the streets. You hear their gun talking.
But
That's
I
what
agree.
I want
It's
this.
about how you raised because you watch a lot of crazy movies too, but you don't go out and reenact all
Yeah,
of the
you don't
scenes.
reenact everything you see. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of like a scapegoat or an excuse for people to use.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
your upbringing.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of, I say today it's a little different with upbringing. It's a lot of single parents, and some of these kids is different. They don't listen now. You can tell them, and they just, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. These YNs is just, it's a whole different breed now.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. And a lot of it is a lot of the parenting. I mean, when you look at the parents for the most part, a lot of them still young too. It's like you have babies having babies, so you know
Mm,
what I mean. They don't really know too much better. They're not really passing along too much knowledgeable information to help them, get by out here anyway.
that's true.
Unfortunately,
True.
you know what I'm
Definitely.
saying, so I can't just blame them. You know what I mean? They should have better guidance.
True. So what y'all do to turn up where you from? Like I know y'all got this music scene popping. Do y'all got people who got party songs and y'all listen to the latest party song and y'all turn up to that? Or do you use the music as a way, like, a lot of people got that pain music going on. So are y'all using the rap as a way to express your emotions and then you go party somewhere else? What y'all do when it's time to turn up?
Mm. Yeah, when it's time to turn up, we listen to all of that. We was just last night at my crib listening to King Von, Lil Durk. So it's a little mixture. I mean, I think that's what makes like even an artist like Dirk so great is that he can make a party turn up song and still make a drill song and make it all sound like one and the same. You know what I mean? So that's really what we be on. That's pretty much our way. We be sipping and just vibing to that type of music, honestly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Do your boys, do they know your song? So when you go out to perform, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you listening to everybody else's music, do you make sure your boys know your music and they be turning up with you? How was that? Being a
Honestly,
good
I don't be making sure they know. I mean, they might hear me play it on the way to a show like 100 times or something like that. But even before then, to be honest with you, a lot of the times I get in the car and if I do happen to play my music or play my song, one of my homies would be like, "Oh yeah, I like this one," or just start singing or something. Like I don't. It'd be surprising me sometimes that everybody be like, "Oh yeah, I listened to your whole album." Because I remember, before back in the day when you trying to get people to listen to your tape, sometimes people be like, "I'll get to it," but now people be like, "Oh yeah, I heard your project," so it's you know what I mean. It still be
the look.
surprising in a sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Mhm.
think music is more accessible now than maybe back then, or what you think?
I'm sorry, you said, am I more accessible or?
The
Music.
music, like you were saying, back then it'd be like people be like, I'm gonna get to it. But nowadays, do you think like music is more accessible? Like it's easier for them to find your
Yeah,
music?
definitely more accessible because I feel like social media helped music artists as far as being able to like go directly to their fans. You know what I mean? Like before, you might drop a mixtape on Dat Piff or drop it on YouTube, but at the same time, it wasn't like direct to consumer. You know what I mean? Social media allows it to be direct to consumer, so you can see who your fans is and what's and who's supporting you. You know what I mean? And I think that that makes it a lot easier for your music to be accessible these days.
I
Mm,
agree. I
You know,
agree.
it's like the
definitely.
best marketing tool you have is social media right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Hmm. It's
Yeah.
like better
So
than word of mouth
yeah. So let me
because
ask
it's the
you.
proof. It's like a resume for you. You know what I mean? You see what the
Right.
person did and you see what they've been doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I got a question. All right. I know most artists when they go perform, some I do different things. I'm talking about any artist. So are you one of those artists is, when you get there, you're like, I gotta kill him with this one tonight. Or you are one of them artists that are you pushing a record and you're gonna keep pushing it until, the legs fall off. Some guys say, I do a lot of shows, and every show I kind of hear them do a different record. Or they might do a record twice, and then I hear them again, and they something else. Like, are you one of those ones that you really push your music, or you just saying, "Man, I got something for every crowd," or "I'm gonna do this and that," and they're just trying to see who.
Both. Honestly, it's both. It's both because if you got a song, I mean, you got to kind of push it consistently until people start hearing it, get familiar
Exactly,
with it, and what I
exactly.
mean, start rocking with it. But at the same time, you got to know how to fill out a crowd. So if you had a crowd and this majority women, and they looking to hear R&B songs, you playing a drill record the whole night. You know, what I mean, they probably ain't gonna vibe to it. And you ain't gonna get the response you're looking for. So I think it's important for a lot of artists to know how to fill out the crowd because you might have a single like you said you push and you come there with the agenda to play this record, but you get there and you get the vibe of the crowd and you're like, I think this record
Yeah,
will go better.
yeah, read the room.
Yeah, and I think that that only comes with obviously experience, and most artists starting off might not know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah.
label's gonna tell you keep pushing this, push this, push. You
Exactly,
know what I mean?
exactly,
Because they don't
exactly.
spend but they got a certain budget on it, so they not looking
I
at for
keep
you
doing.
to
Hey, they
angle
don't
it
like
to
it. Keep.
another
Hey,
song.
sing it anyway. Do it
That's
anyway.
it. You know what I
Keep
mean?
going.
So,
That's a
but
record.
these
Hey, we're
days
gonna,
is
do this tonight. We're doing this tonight.
feel me? But that's why the labels these days have to follow the TikTok followers and the social media followers because it's a different way of doing things these days than
Yeah,
before.
social media plays a big part in music right now.
Hmm. Hmm.
Big part. It can help you and it can hurt
Yeah, for sure. That
you. So
part
big
for
part.
sure. Hmm. It's crazy you said that because I was just watching the interview earlier, and and they had this actor, and he was saying how he just did a deal with Disney, and they told him he had to take something down off his social media because they do a thorough search when you get those type of contracts. You know what I mean? You would with Disney, you get those $1 million
Yeah,
contracts. You got to be like you said, social media, and that's in that sense, it could make or break you.
It'll hurt
big
you.
Yeah,
And with Tinashe too, where they looked at her social media following and thought that that was going to resonate to sales or
yeah.
streams. And sometimes they might like you, but not your music.
Mm-mm,
And
exactly, exactly, and and that happens a lot with artists too, where they might have like the image, and I mean, and they've been saying it a lot about a lot of artists. I mean, and just entertainers too. Like I've been hearing, the stories about Sweetie and Ruby Rose these past couple of days, and stuff like that. But I mean, yeah, just because you have those numbers on social media doesn't always resonate to sales,
yeah,
unfortunately. You know what I mean?
yeah. But that, like you said, in this world right now with the music, everybody look at the social media and feel like, hey, that's going to get it. It should equal. You would think,
Hmm.
but it doesn't. It doesn't always do that. You know what I'm saying? So
Nah.
yeah.
Nah. And it's all about what you pushing too, you know what I mean? You have to you have to know your brand and know how you're gonna market your brand to all those people to make them want to buy your products.
Definitely, definitely,
You know what I
definitely,
mean?
definitely. Yes, you gotta know your markets and where you place your music at because I know everybody say I'm put the song out, and everybody go. I just put my song out. It's on all platforms. What that mean?
Nah, you gotta really, really make people want to engage, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's really social engagement, but people don't really get that part, you know what I mean?
so,
Mm-hmm.
what would be your advice? So, let's just say a person is an introvert, but
Mm.
they can spit a whole bunch of bars, and like you said, it's really about social engagement. What would be your advice to a person who for a good artist or a good rapper, but they not good, socializing with people.
Get a friend that like posting all day. I'm pretty sure everybody got somebody in their group or a friend that like staying on social media. I mean, nowadays you be in a room with your friends, you look over, everybody scrolling, everybody on the line looking on, you know what I mean? So find one of them and say, hey, I just need you to just put these bars, put this, every day, just record me, put it on your social media, and you'd be surprised if you really
Mhm.
that nice, because talent's gonna speak for itself.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
That's
mean?
very nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, not 100%.
Yep. Yep. We be looking for
Definitely.
different stuff
Definitely.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you a question. I know in this game I ask this to a lot of people so we can try to help people also get schooled. Have you ever been kind of like finessed in this game? I know you've been in it for a while. And if you have, what kind of advice would you give to people, or how did you, get out of that situation, or how did you learn from that?
Yeah, I had a couple finesse situation. I was just about to say the label too, but I ain't gonna say the label name. I'm gonna be that's probably not
Yeah.
because they're a really big label, so I don't. But I had a publicist steal my label budget, and right when my album came out, when my debut album was supposed to come out in 2018, and this is when I was signed with I had a big publishing deal with a label or whatever. I mean, it's obviously the biggest label out there in the industry. So I mean, you guys could probably figure it out. But
Right.
uh yeah, he stole my whole budget. It ended up getting into some legal realm, and then from there everything kind of like got like benched, and I had to like kind of start back, but I was able to get another deal with TuneCore, and I signed a publishing deal with TuneCore, and was independent. And now I own my own masters and stuff, and now I can make sure I know where everything budget wise is going. But that was a tough experience too, because it was like my debut, and I worked hard to get to that point. And yeah, you got to know the business and know the people who handling your business and the people around you when you get to that magnitude. For
Definitely.
every artist that's up and coming, that's something. Definitely make sure you know your publicist, and know where every dollar's going. Know your
Yeah.
management, producers, know where every dollar's going. Don't leave it to no accountants.
It's hard. It's hard to trust people these days, and you gotta. It's hard to find good people.
Yeah,
And,
you got to
and
have
so
forensic accountants to check the regular accountants.
yeah,
Like,
that really has your best interest in heart. Not
yeah,
saying they see a situation with you where they can get over on you. That's the biggest thing you looking at these days.
a lot of sharks in this industry.
A lot of shots.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
Well, I'm
why we
glad
want
you was
to
able to come back.
No, no,
and
thank you. I appreciate it. For real, for real.
definitely, definitely.
yeah, because you got
Yeah,
some great music. You had an opportunity to, check you out. That joint is really dope, really dope, really dope.
Yeah,
yeah.
we definitely gonna be running that record all week long. 5 o'clock every day on the independent mix on 101.5 FM. Y'all can check out JX, the real JX, and tell them what they
Mm-hmm.
can find you with JX.
Yo, y'all can go
Yeah.
ahead and find me Instagram.com/the real JX_. YouTube the real JXL. And you can email me too, the real JXL@gmail.com. And like I said, I always hit everybody back, always try to respond and show love. So holla at me.
All right, definitely,
All
brother.
right. All right.
Great having you.